Good morning. Well, the rain finally stopped, which is good. We had gotten like 4 to 5 inches over the last week, and then just the last couple of days we've gotten an inch. So it's finally starting to dry out, which is good. We got another load of gravel we need to spread for the driveway road going down to the new workshop pad. I didn't do a final grade on that workshop pad yet. We gotta do that today too. Get that all nice and pretty. I knew we had a bunch of rain coming in, so I wanted to stay off it and let the rain kind of settle stuff in. And I'd go back over, we're gonna smooth it up. I'll get it to grade, pack it down, and then we gotta get some sand brought in, which I think he's going to get now. And then we'll put a final nice level grade of sand. The reason why I like doing sand is I can get it more level and like pretty close to being flat. So that way, when we go to put the concrete in, it's pretty close and we don't have to worry about having like big dips or big holes with stone. You can't really level off that good. Azalea Cookie, you liking the new pasture turnout? It's got some good grass, don't it? Should keep you well fed for at least 2 days. Is that good?
I didn't know if Azalea and Cookie would be disturbed by being this close to construction, but they just seem to be hanging out and watching. Cookie was actually sitting way over in the far corner, just sitting right on the edge, watching Al do his tractor work. So that's pretty cool.
One of the reasons I want to take care of this road now is not only we got to worry about the dump trucks getting in and out, which he's not been having a problem, I want to be able to make sure that the concrete trucks can get in and out when they come. Because once we get that concrete scheduled, even if we get rain, they got to be able to get in here. So if we don't take care of this road before that, they might have issues because they weigh more than a loaded dump truck. And also the road, while it's a little wet, the stone will pack into it nicer, and then once it dries out, it'll make for a really good solid base. So if we take care of it now, it'll save us in the long run. At least that's my theory.
Alright guys, I am going to go ahead and do some weed whacking, and I just wanted to ask if anybody had any tips on this. So I have a DeWalt battery operated weed whacker, and to get the new string on is a pain in the butt. So I watched the video, and you stick something right where this little divot is, and then there's a little hole. You put that in there and hold the head. The head is on there so tight because you just have to basically twist it after that. It's on there so tight that it's so hard. I thought that I wasn't going to be able to do it. I did. I got it to work. I don't know if I need to get a replacement head or if they're all like that. So if you have one of these and you change the string and you're thinking I just need to replace my head of this, or if you have a trick of it, or if it's just a pain, let us know, because we have problems every single time, even when I was doing it. So, what are you doing, kitty cat? So, I don't know. It's almost so frustrating. And then it doesn't seem like the string comes out that good. But this is a thinner string than we had on before. So, maybe this one will work better. Maybe there's just so much gunk in here. I don't know. But I want to go ahead. I'm proud of myself. I'm happy. I did it by myself. I got the string on. Now I'm going to go up and weed whack the garden area because it's getting a bit weedy up there. Getting a bit long grass. It's not raining. I'm gonna take advantage. Yes, it's summertime. I have a vest on. I am gonna remove it, but it's a little bit chilly out. So I think we're gonna be starting to have some warm weather coming up soon.
I think that's a good place to start. We might need to put another load from here all the way down, a thin coat. But I want to let this ground dry out, let that dump truck drive over it a few times, and then we will see what it looks like. But it looks pretty right now. It'd probably be perfect for a car. But getting heavy equipment driving over that, I know it's going to pack in some, especially with how wet the ground still is. But it's getting there. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to get everything perfect when you're building from raw land. But it's worth it. We just want to make sure we do it right and we're not cutting corners. So that way it'll last and we don't have to redo the stuff.
So my zucchini and stuff are starting to look good. Got a flower over there. It was really, really light. Let's see. Got a plant still here. Got some stuff growing over here. My string beans. These ones were actually planted in the ground and they came up, so that's nice. Need to harvest some spinach, and then my lettuce looks really nice. That looks really nice. Put some more here at some point. I think the beets are doing really good. This entire bed was done with that seed square, and I just think it looks so pretty and beautiful, and I really didn't have to do much thinning. Some of the beets were a little bit clumped up where I had gotten a little carried away with my seeds, but really I hardly had to pull any, and they're looking so good. They didn't look this good, especially this early last year. So I'm really happy with that. The lettuce looks good. The spinach looks amazing. Let me show you my tomatoes. Those are all looking good. My pepper plants are doing really good. Yeah. And well, my potatoes, I have covered them like 3-4 times now, and they just keep coming up. Need to cover them some more. They are super green tops. They're looking really, really good. So I'm really excited about them. They're doing so good. Where the plants are, hopefully it's growing me some nice potatoes down below. So that would be great. the onions I did over here, they need some weeding. They're not doing as good as the ones in the raised bed. Those ones look so good. Yeah, so everything is coming along and I'm excited. It's not going to be a huge harvest up here, but I think it's just enough.
All right, so this was the lowest corner. I got a little pile of stone here. We'll get this spread out. I'll get everything nice and flat. I don't think we'll have much time before the dump truck gets back, then he'll drop his sand, and then we can finish on with this grade. And then we'll have some sand to work with. Well, that'll be our nice load of finished sand. We'll get that all finished off. So now I just want to check out here with the grade stake, make sure we're fairly close. I was getting kind of fussy with the excavator, but I don't know if it shifted over the weekend with all the rain we got. We got, like I said, quite a bit. So I'm gonna check this all, and then I'll have a better idea where I need to backblade and get it leveled off. All right, so the front half's a little high. We'll backblade that to the back and that'll be perfect. We're right on the money in this general area, so I'm just gonna go around, finish up over there, get one more row that way, and then we'll come in and push this way, level it off, and give it a good compact. All right, that should do it for the TYM. Now I can go in there with the mini X and push it the other way. And that should be enough material that we brought out from the front to the back and get it all leveled off. And then I think I'll probably start setting some forms. I'll have to go get some 2x6s so we can get some forms set up. I want to get the forms set up before I do the sand. I'm gonna have to think about this, but I think that's what I want to do.
Well, that's where I'm calling the weed whacking. I went through 2 batteries. That's enough for me.
All right, I'm hoping this is the final check before we can compact. That's right there. right there. That is really close. That's like right there. So we'll compact that and then we can start getting the forms laid out and get some sand down. We want to have the center like 2 inches thicker than the edges.
Some of my thyme has started to get some flowers on it, so I'm gonna get this harvested. It's beautiful. I want to harvest it and get it drying.
Resting on the myth of old.
Well, that's it for now. I ran out of elastics, but I got a whole colander full. I'm gonna come back. I gotta get some string or something and do the rest. But I plan on hanging them in my pantry where it stays cool and dry and it's dark. So I want to hang them in there on my little coat rack area, and maybe I'll make them like go down. Not sure. I also have shelves I can hang them off of, but I plan on letting them hang and dry and see how that goes.
I go now as far as I can tell.
All right, so we got to get our second batch of meat birds out on pasture. But first, we got to get a new canvas tarp on this tractor because this didn't even last a year. And this one's already ripped up. So we got to get this pulled off, get the new tarp on. We can get the meat birds out either later today or tomorrow. We'll see if the weather's going to hold. So last year we bought an old billboard to cover our firewood pile with, and I had to cut it up over the winter, so we're gonna use this one.
You're gonna use it with this side up?
Yeah, because we don't want black. Black will get hot.
On my way to become a poor excuse of a better one. I've come to realize time goes by soon. I am stuck here without a home.
Well, not the prettiest, but we got to reuse that tarp again, and it was recycled when we got it, so it's nice to be able to find purposes to reuse stuff. So that is good. We got sky blue and some lettering. I didn't want to do the other side out because the other side is black, and that'll just heat the meat birds up, and meat birds get hot enough in the summertime. So
I could never settle down too far away from my hometown. With my family I am bound. Stick to them until I'm in the ground. All I know is I'm on my way to become a poor excuse of a better one.
well, it feels good to have all of the meat birds out on pasture where they're meant to be, eating grass, fertilizing for us, eating delicious bugs, growing up nice and healthy, putting some clean, green omega-3 and omega-6 fat on their body so we can eat it. And it's gonna taste delicious and be so good for us. All right, so we got all the material we need for the forms. Gonna get them offloaded and get them set over here and get the trailer out of the way. It'd be nice to have it to work off of, but I think we're gonna be in the way of them leveling off the rest of the pad. So I'll have to get it out of here. And then we can start getting this form formed up.
Now that we're putting the wood on the sides, this is looking a lot bigger. This pad looks a little deceiving. It looks pretty small. I know a worktop is never big enough, but it's looking a lot bigger now we're putting the wood sides up. Cutting some 4-foot scabs. That's so weird what they call things. Scabs.
So these are form boards left over from when we did the house. So we're able to use these for our scab boards. To get 4 out of this one, we got to go a few inches shorter, but that'll be okay. All right, now we can start building the forms. I'm breaking a sweat. I'm not used to this. Summer weather's finally here, I guess.
We need this warm weather for our gardens, but more importantly, our barnyard is pretty wet, so it'll be nice to get that dried out.
So this is one of the parts where you think, oh, it's just putting up 2x8s or 2x6s, whatever you're doing for forms, but you gotta go around, make sure everything is straight, square, level, plumb, all the different things. So there's a lot of work going into doing the form. So we're gonna go around and do this on 3 sides. The front we're gonna leave open now because I wanna be able to bring sand in. Okay, I'm gonna need you to hold this up like this and take that end of the board in that way.
More?
Yep. Board's wicked warped.
I was gonna say, it doesn't seem like it.
Right there. All right, we're going around and we're squaring everything up and getting it figured out where we want this sitting on the gravel pad. So I think once we get this corner locked in place, this back is going to be pretty close. We shifted it some so it was square on the pad going in the southern direction, and then we cheated it forward a little bit so it wasn't so far back. We're kind of trying to have it centered on the pad for what we have left over for extra space. I'll get this corner pinned, and then I think we'll try to straighten up this back a little bit because it's pretty wavy where every joint is. Pink is my favorite color.
Looks like you're trying to make a railroad track.
All right, we're gonna call it there for now. It's not perfect. We're gonna have to go back and level this off up and down, and then we'll run the string again and get it perfectly straight. We just wanted to get it close, but pretty close, but not exact, because like I said, we still gotta go up around and level everything off, but we gotta get everything out and squared up. So there's a couple of different things you gotta do all at the same time, so it takes some time to make the adjustments.
Okay, I'm gonna measure for the 3 feet, 4 feet, then this should be 5 feet per square. We'll make it that way. This is 3.
All right, let's get the other side staked off so we don't move it. Perfect. All right, so we'll go put a stake on the other side. For the 10-foot board, we'll put a stake on this side. And that's all we're gonna be able to do today on this project because we have some other things we have to take care of. But this is a good start. This is the hardest part, is just getting everything first figured out and squared. We'll go to the front and then we'll get everything leveled off, bring some sand in, and then we can raise it all up.
I'm going to make a mushroom cream sauce, add some chicken in there, throw it over some rice pasta.